The bike section is approximately over 50% of a triathlon, so arguably the bike is the most important piece of kit you're going to invest in. Now, today we're going to talk about the differences between a triathlon bike and a road bike and what is the best option. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel.
So Emily, we've got two bikes here that to me look way different. This one, I don't know, this one looks so different to this bike. What is going on here with these two bikes?
This one's a bit more spaceship vibes, I feel.
This one looks like kind of like a Formula One car, looks very sleek. The tube profile, this is a fast triathlon bike, isn't it?
And that looks a little less intimidating. That looks like the kind of bike I might want to cycle to the shops on.
Absolutely, this one is your classic Tour de France road bike. You're going to see them dancing up the mountains, finishing in the Champs-Élysées. Well, this is the bike that you see them when they've got a car following them, going as fast as they can. And this is a classic triathlon bike, isn't it?
Yeah, and there is some very obvious differences and some less so obvious ones. So I think we start at the front of the bike, this setup here, the tri bars.
Yeah, so this is the cockpit. This is the biggest change for the triathlon bike. You have totally different handlebars. You literally have what we call a base bar, and the base bar is literally just got your brakes on, and you can change your gears. But you want to spend as much possible as time on the aero bars, so you can be as aeroed. And again, you can change your gears up here. You have your bike computer here, so you can see all your metrics, your heart rate, your speed, your distance. These things even have maps these days. So, and again, this is your fuel. This is where you put your water bottle. So it's hidden from the wind in here. It really is such an aerodynamic package. But if I'm here and I'm riding with 30 other people, I'm not on my brakes. So it is very much an individual time trial bike, isn't it?
Yeah, and the seat looks different to yours.
Yeah, so this is a normal seat, kind of like a pointy seat. And when you ride a time trial bike, because you're actually on those aero bars, the angle of the seat tube is slightly steeper, so it rotates your pelvis. So therefore, you're sitting right on the front of the saddle, and this to me does not look very comfy.
No.
So this is a time trial seat that is designed for your body to be ridden in that position. That is another massive, massive change. It's your contact points, it's your elbows, your hands, and your bottom that are so different.
And we've got a bag here. This is where I'm storing my nutrition, because on a time trial bike, like you said, you don't want to be coming up, reaching behind your back, getting stuff out your pockets. I've got everything there in front of me, nice and compact on the bike.
Yeah, and as you said, yeah, that is the most aerodynamic place to put it. Even has a nice sleek profile there. I really like that. And look at the wheels. These are what we call deep rim wheels. So they have very deep here. So this is to be more aerodynamic. You can even get a disc wheel. So that's when the back wheel is solid, and that is a very fast wheel. But people have to be careful with that, because if there's quite a lot of wind, you do become a little bit unstable. But these are just normal rims, not very deep, so they're very light. So this bike is probably a little bit heavier than this bike, but it's all about your aerodynamics, your comfort as well, going fast in a straight line. I think even on the hilliest course I've ever done, I would always ride a time trial bike over a road bike.
Okay, so we've talked about the differences between the two bikes. If you could only have one bike to do a triathlon, which one are you picking?
Hands down, a triathlon bike. We are triathletes. It is designed for our sport. Not many sports have a global product that is named after them. A triathlon bike. For me, it's comfort, it's aerodynamic, it's got my fuel in all the best places. It is designed to go fast. And if you're comfy, you can still run really fast, you know, off the bike as well.
So it's all about speed for you. You're in it to win it. You're going for a triathlon bike.
Absolutely. And Emily, I'm going to ask you the same question. So if you could only have one bike, which of the two would you use?
Personally, if I could only have one bike, I would actually opt for a road bike just to suit my lifestyle more. If I've only got the choice of one, I want a bike that I can go on social cafe rides with my friends. I can ride through central London. I can commute to work on it if I need to.
You don't want to do that on that bike.
Exactly. That is a little bit intimidating to be cycling through London on. Whereas this, it's versatile. I can use it for quite a few rides. Obviously, if I had the choice between having a few bikes, I would absolutely go for a triathlon bike to race on.
N+1 bike, that is the
Exactly.
ultimate number of bikes.
Exactly. So if I have the choice, I'm racing on this, but if I'm only purchasing one bike, I'm going for a road bike because I know there are some tweaks and tricks you can do to make a road bike slightly faster and more aerodynamic. Not quite to this extent, but there are some things we can do. So what can we do?
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things you can do is you could borrow some, rent some, or buy some deep rims. If you change from this shallow depth to a deeper depth, it's not going to affect anything except your speed. Really do some research on tyres. You'd be amazed. Some tyres can save you up to 10 minutes over an Ironman distance. So that is another thing to look at. Also, I would recommend, if your bike allows it, you can get some AERO bars. So instead of riding like this or like this or like this, you can actually get what we call clip-on bars.
So like this?
Absolutely. They wouldn't be quite as integrated, but they would be nice and comfortable. But if you're doing that, remember we talked about contact points, you're going to be sitting right here, and that is quite a pointy saddle. So I would also look at changing the saddle. You need to fuel because you need to run. So again, you can get, this is part of the bike, you can actually buy these bento boxes with Velcro straps so they can still go there. So you don't have to get things out of your back pocket when you're racing. So yeah, a road bike, you can race a triathlon on, and you could race it on it like that, but you could, with a few additions, turn it into something that is very comfy, a lot quicker, and at the end of the day, we all love going fast.
There's also some other little additions that are not part of the bike but can make us more aero if we are opting for the road bike or while we're on the tri bike too, like a helmet. I've seen those pointy looking helmets, they look a bit strange, but there's a reason for it, right?
Absolutely, it's all about aerodynamics. It's a tear-shaped helmet. There's lots of slight different variations, but the thing about those is you have to hold your head still. If I have this big tier and I'm riding like this, I'm gonna have this big thing sticking up, just absolutely slowing me down.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily recommend one of those for a beginner because it may look cool and funky, but it's only good if you can hold your head like this for the whole ride. But that is definitely but you can train your body to do anything, and that would definitely make you quicker. The other thing is clothing. When we cycle, we have pockets here, we often have a loose top. You want something quite fitting and tight when you do triathlon, because if it's flapping, it is slowing you down. If you can hear your jersey, I would definitely recommend getting something a bit more snug fitting to make it more aerodynamic. You can actually even get suits with funny sleeves that have these trip lines like Formula One cars that really can make you go quick.
Another thing you just touched on was the position, and I think that's worth mentioning for whatever bike you're riding. You can get faster on it just in the position, can't you? So we always recommend getting a bike fit, whether it's for your road bike or your triathlon bike, to make sure the bike fits you perfectly. I know I've had this bike basically chopped and transformed to fit me. And there's no point having it if it doesn't fit properly, because I'm not going to be very aero on it. But with some tweaks, some changes, lifting up the handlebars, lowering, bringing up the seat, it just makes a massive difference.
And it's that compromise with being aero and being comfy. We can always get more aero, but we have to run off the bike, and we have to ride the bike if we're doing a full distance, 180 kilometers. So we don't want to be going, I'm the most aerodynamic in there. Oh, I can't get my hip up. Or you come off the bike and I'm walking like an old man. So it is that compromise, and that's why a good bike fit, whether it's your local retailer or a bike specialist, is a big investment. And I would recommend that no matter what. If you're riding 3 or 4 times a week, 1 or 2 times a week, not just to work, I'd definitely recommend a bike fit for your own comfort. I really would.
So I think to summarise this, we're saying for ultimate speed for a triathlon, if you can pick, we're going tri-bike, aren't we? We're both going tri-bike.
Absolutely.
However, if you are only investing in one bike and it's your everything bike, me personally, I'm going for the road bike. But at the end of the day, the fastest bike is the fastest bike you've got. So don't let equipment put you off into your race. It's all about the training, and you can always get faster that way. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let us know in the comments, are you team TRIBIKE or are you team road bike? Let us know how you get on, and we'll see you on the next video.